Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, and welcome back to Calm Down Level Up. Today we're here again. Holy shit, welcome back to Border Porn, the series where we make your borders better. Jeez, welcome back. Today, if you see anything different or anything weird that you don't recognize, just know that we had a live stream. I'm not sure if you saw it. If you didn't, it's actually live on the channel. Well, it's not live, but it's available on the channel, and it's actually in the Border Porn playlist. You can watch it. Basically, I went over the world, and I looked over a few things, and I had to redo a few things. I had to redo Southeast Asia, which might look a little bit different now. I also had to redo South America, and I redid a little bit of everything in the world, kind of went over everything one more time. So if you see anything that looks different, just know it could be temporary, and it might not be the same, but it's still, if you see anything that you might want to make a suggestion on, make sure to leave it in the comments and we'll definitely look at it. But today we are here to do Asia. Normal, just straight up Asia, okay? And when we're talking about Asia, we're also gonna include Oceania, except for, I mean, it gets confusing in these regions because we've already mixed them up so much at this point. Oceania as in like the Pacific and like Australia and New Zealand, because I mean obviously we already did Southeast Asia and we included Indonesia in that. So, Japan, China, all this stuff will be in today's episode. Now, the next episode will actually be North America, and the episode after that will be one last episode where we go over the entire world, make a tiny little bit of changes, and then we look over the map, look at our masterpiece, look what we've created, and it will be amazing. It'll be perfect. Anyways, folks, we're going to get into this by doing the obvious. Sorry, Macau and Hong Kong, but you should never have existed in the first place. Jeez. Get out of here. Now, in our live stream, we actually gave Vietnam this little islands here, and then this big one. I can't remember what this is called. This Hainan? Yeah, Hainan? That one is now Vietnamese, as well as the Parcel Islands. Is that what these are called? Parcel Islands? Yes. Or Parasol Islands or something. Those now belong to Vietnam, so that is another change that we made to China there. Now, I do really like the look of the Japanese Empire before World War I and during, before World War II and during World War II, but obviously we can't ruin the integrity of other countries in order to improve the look of Japan. So we are going to kind of recreate a bit of it, maybe before it was, before World War II started, at least in the Pacific. So we're going to give Japan back a lot of these old island chains here. And I've also decided that Taiwan's also going back to Japan, to include the Pacific Island collection, I guess. Now, the Koreas are going to be united under South Korea, and that's because the blue contrasts very well against China's darkish red and Japan's white. Now, we have some choices that we can make about Mongolia. So, a couple things we can do is we can give them that state there, and we could also give them Tanatuva. Now, I'm not sure... Oh, that's just a forest there. I thought it was still part of Russia. I'm not sure if that actually looks good. I think that smaller Mongolia actually looks better, and including this state here in China kind of makes this arm that sticks out not super skinny, and it looks weird super skinny. So I think this is going to go back to China, and that's going to go back to Russia. But if you think that this looks better for some reason, let me know in the comments, and if there's a ton of you, I might change my decision. I actually do quite like the look of Mongolia with Tanatuva, but without this piece. So I'm actually going to leave that like that, but if it looks bad, tell me in the comments again. Just make sure I'm not fucking this up, okay? Jeez. Now, we're going to give a couple gifts to New Zealand. First of all, these French islands here, as well as whatever this is. What is it? Vanuatu? Well, whatever it is. It's going to New Zealand. So now New Zealand's kind of got these island chain arms that shoot up, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion. Now Fiji is going to gain a lot of these island nations over here, these four, and then they're also going to get American Samoa. So this region is now unified. And Japan's just going to go ahead and gather up the rest of these. Now actually I think that the southern islands here in whatever this country was, Kiribati, that one could actually, these southern islands here, because it looks like the nation is made up of 2 states, maybe 3. That could be another one of their states. Could probably also go to Fiji. And I think there we go. I mean, there's not really much else I want to change in Asia. Asia already looks pretty good after doing Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia was the uglier one. This part of Asia was for the most part fine. China looks good. I don't have any problem with the way China looks. It has a lot of character. It's not a blob. I was thinking about maybe trying to release Tibet or this guy that's up here. I forget what it's called. But if I was to release this region or this region, it would just start to make China look like a big blob. And we don't want that. We want China to have character, and we want China to have its own personality. And I think it has that right now. And this kind of is the historical look of several Chinas in the past. I know the Qing had Mongolia, and I think they had Korea at some point too. I'm not actually too familiar with how Qing looked or the history of Qing, so I'm not too reliable on that. But I know they had those regions. But I think if we were just to unite all those regions again, it would just make China look like a giant blob, and that's not what we're about. Jeez. Anyways, guys, if you're excited for finishing up this series and starting something new in the future, make sure to leave a like on this video. And check out all my links in the description. There's Twitter, there's Patreon, there's everything. And there's Twitch. If you have not, please go follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming there instead of YouTube. Well, I'm still streaming on both, but I'm going to be watching the Twitch chat eventually when we do streams. So if you're a stream watcher, make sure to go follow the Twitch. I'd really appreciate it. Again, thank you all for watching. If you like this, make sure to leave a like, favorite, subscribe if you guys are new. And I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.